Speaking of good rulings from judges, not on the COVID front, but on the presidential race, a Georgia judge has approved a forensic examination of the voting machines. So there have been questions about these voting machines. The theories about what could have happened go all the way up to the level that there's some international conspiracy and the votes were changed. But some of the theories are also more modest, just that there were individual issues with these voting machines, and those individual issues would be enough to change possibly the election in a state. So for so long, the media have been saying, no, this is ridiculous. No, there could be no problems with electronic voting. No, there's no way that they're connected to the internet, even though they probably are connected to the internet. No, it's not a big deal. Move on, certify the election. Well, this judge, District Judge Timothy Batten Sr., issued the order saying no. Do not reset the Dominion election systems. Do not wipe the machines. We need to have a forensic audit. Now, what's going on in the counting process and the recounting process? Well, Georgia also now has to rescan 12,000 ballots. The Georgia Republican Party Chairman David Schaefer said on Wednesday night, Fulton County is going to rescan a whole 12,000 batch of ballots because of, quote, unexplained technical problems. Unexplained technical problems. Fulton County Commissioner Liz Hausman alerted David that Fulton County is redoing this count. Republican monitors have then been sent out to the tabulation center. But David Schaefer in the GOP of Georgia has been sounding the alarm on this for a month now or more. There were legitimate concerns over fraud. There is a lot of evidence that there was fraud in Georgia. 12,000 votes being rescanned. What's the margin in Georgia right now separating Biden and Trump? 12,000. Yikes. That's not good. Do we have any other evidence of fraud? Yes, we do. Some video footage from the election centers came out yesterday. Fulton County sent the poll watchers home at 10:30 p.m. on election night. They said, so you got to get out of here. We're going to stop counting now. So anyone trying to make sure we don't mess around with the ballots, go home. The Republican officials, the poll watchers generally, go home. But a smaller group of election officials stuck around the counting center. And they didn't just stick around for 10 minutes and get their coats. They stuck around for hours. They stuck around for a minimum of 2 hours. We have this on video. They tabulated 3,000 ballots per hour per voting machine. And there were multiple voting machines. You can see people going out underneath tables, wheeling out boxes of ballots after we were told they were going to stop counting, after the poll watchers went home. This sort of thing is the fraud. I'm not saying it's even enough fraud to swing the vote. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Sure stinks to high heaven. But the mere act of doing this is the fraud. Huge questions in Georgia. 12,000 votes separate the race. You got 3,000 votes per hour per machine in multiple machines in just this one place? Goodness gracious. How are we supposed to have faith in our election system? Especially in Georgia, which you may recall, I forget if it was on this show or in another interview, I did express fears that there would be these kinds of shenanigans in Georgia, specifically in Georgia, before the election. All of that means there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to concede the presidential race before the legal process plays out. Not one.